What's going on, everyone? My name is Chase from Fleet Feet Cincinnati, and today we're going to be talking about the new Nike Structure Plus. This is a very exciting update for Nike. For those of you who are unaware, Nike is really putting a lot of effort into their Pegasus, Vomero, and Structure lineup, with there being a baseline model, a Plus model, and a Premium model. So we've already seen the Pegasus, Pegasus Plus, Pegasus Premium, Vomero, Vomero Plus, and Vomero Premium, Structure, and now we are being introduced to the Structure Plus. So first impressions as I opened up the box, the Structure Plus looks very similar to the baseline version of the Structure. I'll throw up some side-by-side shots as I talk through this, but still with that midfoot support system. We do get that ZoomX logo there. As far as the other side of the shoe, ZoomX logo on the outside and the midsole there as well, but very, very similar cosmetic look to the shoe. The upper on the shoe is a tiny bit different, but once again, very similar. And then the same thing with the tread on the bottom of the shoe. A tiny bit different, but still the same type of rubber on the bottom of the shoe, just some cosmetic changes here and there. So why this is such an exciting update for Nike and the running industry as a whole is we are getting introduced into a stability shoe that has a super foam underneath the foot. So with the Structure Plus, we are getting a layer of Nike React still underneath the foot, like the regular Structure, the baseline version, but now with the Structure Plus being introduced into ZoomX cushion underneath the foot. For those of you who are unaware of ZoomX, ZoomX is their cushioning system that's in their upper level shoes. Think Vaporfly, Alphafly, Vomero Plus, things of that nature all have ZoomX underneath the foot. It's their super foam that's lightweight, very springy, and really get that kind of sink into the shoe feel. And that's where you're going to see the biggest difference between the Structure Plus and the baseline version of the Structure. When you put them on feet, you definitely have a totally different feel underneath the foot. For those of you who are familiar with my type of running shoe, I'm someone who loves a very max cushion sink into the shoe feel. So I think 1080 Vomero Plus is one of my favorite shoes out right now. So naturally, when I put on something like a Structure and or any middle cushion stability style of shoe that comes out, it feels very firm underneath the foot. I feel like I'm kind of just standing on nothing, to be quite honest with you. I'm not getting that feeling with the Structure Plus. So I think the Structure Plus can be a fabulous option for someone who is looking for that stability shoe, needs that support factor underneath the foot, but still wants a little bit of give and a little bit of energy return. And that's exactly why Fleet Feet Cincinnati is carrying this shoe. It's very different than other options that are on the market right now. ZoomX underneath the foot in a stability style shoe is very exciting to see. I am lucky enough to have a pair of Structure Plus already, and as I run in them, like I said, I'm typically not a stability shoe guy. They tend to be way too firm for me, but I was pleasantly surprised with the Structure Plus. As I put this shoe on and ran for the first time, I did have one concern before I started, and it was that the ZoomX cushion was going to offer a little bit of instability. Why I thought that was going to take place is, like I talked about previously in this video, ZoomX is very soft. You really sink into that cushioning system. So if you're someone who pronates or supinates heavily, that ZoomX could offer a little bit of instability as I was thinking about it in my mind. I'm happy to report one run in, I'm absolutely loving the Structure Plus, which sounds kind of crazy because I've never worn a stability shoe before, and I love those max cushion offerings, but I'm really, really happy with this. I'm hoping to make a video in 100 miles or so, just kind of recapping what I think of the shoe after I put more love into it. But these are my first impressions on the shoe. I'm enjoying it. I think it's a great option, and I think it's different than other options that are on the wall, which is exciting. And that is my video on the Structure Plus, currently only available in Run Specialty stores, so stop in to your local Fleet Feet Cincinnati and pick one up.